Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Recently I did a video on this. This is my survival kit in a survival bag from the Hidden Woodsman. I got tons of awesome feedback on that particular video and I love learning from everybody. So I thought what I'd do today is go back through my survival kit and show you all the changes that I've made based on suggestions from all you subscribers. So sit back, relax, let's take a look at all the changes I made thanks to you guys. One of the best parts about YouTube is getting to interact with my subscribers and with other people. Most people, a lot of people have a lot more experience at this than I do. In fact, many of my subscribers really know a lot more about this than I ever will. And that's why it's great to get information from you guys and incorporate it into the things that I do. I got a lot of awesome feedback, in particular on this survival kit. So what we're gonna do is, I'm just going to take you through the whole thing one more time. You can go back, I'll put a link up here and down in the description to the original video on the survival kit. You can look through the comments, you'll see a lot of the comments people made, and this is the result of all those comments. So let's get down here and take a good look. All right, so we'll take y'all through this. This again is the survival kit by the Hidden Woodsman. Malcolm over at thehiddenwoodsman.com. Check him out if you want one of these. Very, very nice piece of kit. First thing we'll look at is on the outside. I did add this carabiner. I found it, I thought, you know what, something good to throw on there. It is not really weight rated as far as like to hang off of anything, but I can use it to hang things off a tree or whatever it might be. I just thought it might be something to add. So let's go into the main body of the actual survival kit, okay? Now, first and foremost, this is more of an urban type survival kit. It's not for the outdoors. It is kind of for a combination. You could use this some in the outdoors. You could also use this in an urban environment. I think it's nice to have that flexibility. So first we have a flashlight, pretty basic flashlight. It does have like kind of like a zoom in and out. I bought this at Sam's Club. Not a very expensive flashlight, but fairly light, and the batteries last a long, long time. Over here I have a simple pen. This is a little small mini retractable pen. I think it's always nice. I did have a comment, why a pen? Well, there's a lot of reasons that you may need a pen. You can write documents with it, you can make maps with it to make sure you know how to get back to places. Just a good idea to have a writing implement. Water, of course, is very important, so we have our Sawyer Mini. This is a Sawyer squeeze, basically. Normally you would attach a bladder to it, water bladder, or you can even use like a water bottle, attach it to the bottom, you can squeeze it through. I also have a straw in here. This is the first of two forms of water purification, and that's one of the things that I did change with this updated version. I have here a nice, pretty large amount of paracord. I don't know exactly how long this is. I would say it's probably around 30 to 40 feet, so it's a pretty decent amount of paracord. This is military grade paracord, very nice stuff. I did get some comments about not having a knife, and now I always have a knife on me, so I thought, well, I won't carry a knife, but I went ahead and added this just in case, because it is a survival situation. This is, of course, a Mora Eldris, fairly small but very capable knife, and replacing kind of the larger ferro rod that I had, which was the UST ferro rod. This is just a basic small ferro rod. Really will work just fine. This one's never even been scratched, but it will work just fine. And it allows you to create fire with a ferro rod, and of course having a nice 90-degree spine on this Mora Eldris will allow you to use it both for cutting and for fire making. Two things that I did add because specifically of comments. One is a compass, which I think was a very good idea. I'd like to have a bigger compass, and I might buy something. The compass that I have, that I use, is just one compass, and I really don't want to leave it in here, so I'll probably buy a little bit nicer compass, but for now I do have a button compass, and I also have a little survival whistle, which allows me to alert other people to my presence if I have an issue or whatever it might be, but always good, and I think that was a really good tip to add the survival whistle. This side over here changed quite a bit. Once again, I still have the collapsible mug. Okay, this is from Walmart, like 98 cents. Very good product to have. Slides in there very easily. I added a second form of water purification. These are water purification tablets. I had multiple people comment this would be a good idea, and I certainly agree. I think water is so important that having two forms of purification is good. And obviously, if something happens to my Sawyer, if it gets clogged, whatever, then I'll have these as a backup. This is the straw for the Sawyer squeeze. You just attach it and you can use the Sawyer squeeze as basically a large straw, just not in California, okay? I added this, which is just a small credit card size magnifying lens for starting a fire. Someone mentioned it would be a good addition. I do have a couple of them laying around, and I thought, you know what, it is so small, so lightweight, it's not going to hurt to put that. You can also use it obviously to magnify if you need to. Then I had before one large tin where I had all my medicines and stuff. I'm going to scoot this out of the way. This is the first tin that I have here. Of course, these tins themselves are very useful, okay? This tin is my medicine tin, okay? I have Tylenol, I have Imodium, and I have some high-dose Motrin. Many people commented, why not have aspirin? Well, you should have aspirin, but I'm allergic to aspirin, so I will not be using aspirin, so I won't have it. Multiple family members have issues with aspirin, so we don't even keep it around, but it is a good idea in case of a heart attack or chest pain or whatever to have aspirin. I'm just noticing, I still have this $100 bill, and I had probably the most comments on making this smaller bills, but I definitely agree. This should be changed. I think what I'm gonna do and what I have in the house is 320s and 410s. I think that will probably be a good idea. I'm not gonna carry 5s and 1s because it just gets kind of bulky, but I will change this $100 bill out to smaller denominations. I thought that was one of the best suggestions that I had on all the comments, and that will be done. Unfortunately, just not done here, so ignore this. Still have my Band-Aids down there. Another area people suggested I change was fire, and I tend to agree. So I have kind of a separate dedicated fire tin, okay? I have 3 small pieces of fat wood. You can never go without fat wood. Multiple comments do that, and as much as I love fat wood, you would have thought I would have included it. So we got fat wood. I have 2 cotton rounds. Both of these are soaked in wax, so they will definitely burn longer than just regular cotton. I have the old classic Bic lighter, and I have 1 storm match from UCO that does burn for quite a while. So kind of, like I said, a dedicated fire kit or fire tin that gives me a little bit more functionality. This, along with the ferro rod, really works well for starting a fire. Looking back again, I still have my duct tape. There were some suggestions that I put duct tape and wrap it around fat wood. I think that's a good idea, but if I need the fat wood, then I have to undo all the duct tape. So I decided to do them separately, and we just have duct tape wrapped in a little bit of 1/4-inch plywood. Now we have this last section over here, except for the front pocket. There's not a lot of changes here. I do have a bandana, okay? I have a nice large piece of aluminum foil. I've got 2 very heavy-duty trash compactor bags, and I added 2 1-gallon Ziplocs. These can be used along with the water purification tablets. Just make sure you remember, if you've got a quart size or gallon size, whatever it might be, that you use the right amount of water purification tablets. But these things all fit very well inside of the survival kit, and adding the Ziploc bags was suggested by the viewers, and I think a very good suggestion. So lastly, up front, you take this zipper, pull this out. If I remember, I believe all I have is just a notebook. Again, this goes with the pen that I have. You wonder why a notebook? Well, you can keep records as you get extremely tired or sleep deprived in an emergency situation. You're going to want to be able to keep track of things so you don't forget them. You can draw maps, you can do whatever it is you want on this notepad. So there we go, a look at my new and improved Urban Survival Kit. This again is based off of the survival bag by the Hidden Woodsman. Malcolm makes great gear. Check him out. It's American made, homemade. He does everything by hand. Really well put together and pretty well priced for what you get. Like I said earlier, interacting with all my subscribers is one of the coolest things. A lot of times I don't have all the time in the world to respond to every single comment. I try to, but thankfully as growth happens, which is good, it's harder at times to respond to everything. But I do read everything. And this particular video spurred on a lot of conversation as far as things that I should add, maybe things that I should take away. I didn't add everything because I didn't agree with everything, but everything you saw today are things that were suggested by subscribers and I thought were really good ideas. You can spend all the time in the world you want putting things together, but you always have blind spots and you always have things that you forget to put in there, and you get a suggestion, you're like, oh, of course it makes sense. Why wouldn't I have Ziploc bags or whatever it might be? These things are very straightforward. Things I should have thought of, but I didn't have to, because I can get information from you guys. Make sure you check out the original video if you haven't already. That'll give you an idea of the things that I changed. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up down there. It really helps spread the video across YouTube, and that's what we're looking for here on the channel. If you like the video and you want to see some other videos, check out links down below for other stuff. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you want to make sure you know when my next video comes out, hit that little ding dong bell. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon. I'm working on all kinds of great content. Thanks for watching.